Okay, pretty much just want to go over my Apple trade, right? My thesis behind the trade, why I took the trade, my entries and my exits, and so on. So, all of last week, we knew that 257.35 and 253.90 were the key levels to watch, right? Apple, we're moving to the upside, we're moving higher, we're gravitating towards all-time highs. So, we're long bias on Apple pretty much until, we gravitate towards this all-time high, at least coming into the week. So my game plan on Friday was a pullback long off of this 253.90 or a break and retest over this 257.35. I ended up taking the break and retest over this 257.35, looking for more upside into all-time highs. Now, pre-market, the reason Apple was on my close watch list is, right, we already got the break retest. You can see this level was being highly respected during the pre-market. As you can see here, price opened here. So for me, I was looking for a pullback long off this 253.90 targeting the upside. As you can see, that happened right off the bat. This was pretty much a sniper entry if you would have got in here. Now, I passed on that. Why? That is a very aggressive entry, right? I kind of have an unspoken rule, which is I trade on the 2 minute time frame. The first 2 minute candle, I'm not taking anything. So I was hoping, right, we just chop just a little bit, got that pullback and then take off to the upside. But as you can see, right, buyer stepped in aggressively. Like look how highly respected, right, this level was, right? Right when we opened, we got that pullback long, instant retest off this 253.90, targeting the upside. So what do? I noticed that, all right, well, out of every ticker, even the overall market, Apple has relative strength. Clearly, right? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. We are just 10 minutes just straight upside. So, what was also my game plan, right? A break and retest over this 257.35 targeting all time highs. Now, of course, right? It's Apple. Unfortunately, we get this set up on a Friday, which sucks, right? We've been kind of gravitating all week, consolidating really majority of the week, and then of course on Friday we get the breakout on the top of this range. Of course, right? That's just how Apple is. So I ended up taking my short entry on the 640 candle, right? So on the 640 candle, I ended up going long, right? So give me one sec here, right? Classic break, candle closure, displacement, retest. We ended up going red to green. So I instantly took that shot just because buyers are stepping in aggressively. As you can see, right? This wick means price did push back down here, right? Price did push back down here. Buyer stepped in aggressively, pushing this thing higher. Now, I also ended up selling pretty much into this high of day. I sold right into this high of day. The reason for that being is one, it's a Friday. These are zero DTEs, right? You do not want to mess around, right? There's a time and a place for everything. Fridays are not the time nor the place to, hold on to these trades and hope for continuation. On any other day, I'm holding this, right? Looking for a continuation higher because this is a good RR trade, right? I'm looking for movement higher. But on a Friday, a zero DTE, right? If you get caught in these pullbacks or a little bit of slippage, that theta decay will kill you, right? You can instantly be up 30% and you can be down 40% within a matter of seconds. But, the beauty of this 257.35, right? As I've said before, you have to treat your key levels like mini zones. You can see, right, this level was highly respected in the intraday, right? We ended up holding above this. Every time we pulled back, buyers defended this level, right? And then let's zoom out here on the 1 minute, right? This is what you want to see, right? We're in a consolidation range, we're sitting in a channel, and then we finally get that breakout above that channel and then turn the top of this range into support. That is beautiful, right? So let's go to TradeZella. As you can see, I was in this trade for less than a minute, right? I was not messing around with this trade. I did not want to get caught in a pullback. This was a key level to go long off of, targeting all-time highs. And this is the beauty of options, right? In less than 1 minute, made over 2 grand, right? It's a Friday, so I scaled down tremendously. My average position size is anywhere between 20 to 30,000, right? Risk management is always priority. So on a Friday, I'm not going in with full position size, right? Playing with lottos. Because as you can see here, right, I ended up making, uh, where is it? I ended up making, almost 20% on this trade. I was instantly up roughly like 34% actually. but I sold into that high day push. I was looking for continuation higher, but right, just as fast as I was up 20% in less than a minute, you can be down just as fast, right? So I would on any other day, I'm looking for continuation to the upside. Unfortunately, we didn't get that. You can see, right, my entries, my exits, and I wanted to go to here, right? I tried, right? I tried, right? Break, retest. I entered right on this candle. I was up around like 34% at this high of day. And I was holding it just a little bit to see if price would continue higher. As you can see, how fast, right? You go from 34% to 19% profit just on that pullback alone, right? So even though we did pull back again, retest this level and continue higher, on those pullbacks, on those theta decays, those contracts, they crush you. So, it's a time and a place for everything, like I said, and Fridays is not the time to look to be greedy and hold on. So, ended up selling into this new high day, 20% trade in less than a minute. Really can't get better than that. So, hope this helps, right? My thesis behind the trade, how I built my thesis, my entries, my exits, my net P&L, and so on.